Guys, I think I stepped on my land, right? Like, I just have a new river. Do you see the lake? These guys have a soldier's lake, and it can bury soldiers. They don't know. They didn't breed a river here. They just said Taco Bell never had it for their river. They would breed a dangerous parking lot, and it would just scare everyone. And look what their river is doing. Like, this river looks like I kicked something like football, and then it did something dangerous with a tool we don't even have. It's probably the most dangerous tool people corporally have. It looks like part of it might have been like a statue of Child's hand that was doing it. But like this Japanese family would do it for any river. They seemingly did it everywhere, and bombs just were going off like this. Like someone thought they had a Nurgle anything they could sell, and it didn't even have like anything disease they could sell. Like they weren't. No one was fishing in it. There weren't fish. I don't see how it was a parking lot that the statue is not being all ocean for drainage that never worked. God damn! I spent my money here, and I got a river like this. It's beautiful. They know my river. They follow me for it. And I'm only Islamic, you know? I'm the new prophet. Like, I would sell you this river if it was mine. Do you want this river? Do you know how to breed it? Do you know what this reactor is? What this is? What it corporally is? When it's not taking me how I'm like selling propane, drinking. The next thing we sell is Coca-Cola and just is a little bit lighter for however it bubbles for me. This is all corporal. I had this color. It's still at the building over there. It's still at the Saudi man's gas station. It always is. You know it. It's his sand. He just brings it here a little bit so he can paint it. He has one that's like paint to him. If you wanted to paint the sand on, he would give it to you like makeup if you really wanted that. And it's a spray tan. This is his. He'll just give it to you dull. So the sun didn't have it for you. It had some light, some dull. It felt nice, and it always did. It was our wind. We could fly it nice, and it was only around our head. It didn't dress us too much elsewhere. But it's a river, see? I don't know how much of the river you see. Do you see that it just is a tree? Or, like, can you see the river with me? Like, am I standing for my river right? Maybe you just see behind me and you admit it's puddle, so it must be river. But, like, I feel like this reactor has it. Here is where they cut the river. Like, I feel like I cut it out a little bit better if I kick it. Ouch! Like, this one has it for me. Fuck you. I'm gone. I literally live right here. Someone's gonna kick it better, and they're a giant. There'll be football next, and no one will know how you sell it. Man, this place just cuts me for crabs. I'd soldier it by any lake. It just was my river. It's a statutory river. And I'm statutory inside. So I can talk about the river like it's not my rain. And it just bred here small and it was salt water. The water's already here, the parking lot across the street from me has it. And we're all going under. As soon as the sounding man forgets how to jack our house up because he thought he was going to stand us for an airplane ages ago. And we're just going to take us to Saudi Arabia and take us to prison at this point if we siren these astronauts this long. Fucking weird buildings. Like, people never had it for AI, said they would cut it for crabs, and just had, ideas about AI that would cut for crabs. Like, if you would AI, and they would cut you for crabs. Otherwise, they would just tell you externally they're your landlord. They cut you for crabs. And if you cut it back as a Twilio line that calls it and does it whole, cuts it as how the ocean cuts that coral. If AIs are just cutting each other for crabs, see if anyone will actually send to it, or if it's just cutting Twilio requests for crabs. It's doing it fast at 9:45 a.m. And goddamn, my reactor could be any more nuclear if I didn't have genomes I would swear on. And they're a lot of letters I just mashed in. Fuck, they're not even anything to you. If you bought it, T-Lang, you probably didn't even buy it where I sold the website. You bought a different one and it would just keep you from visiting any website. You would just want to statutory rape me while you play the game, and I'd be the next thing you can frack in as rice. If you actually have a shell big enough, you can roll into it. You're rolling in, you burn it there, and have one you want to burn, and it's like a pirate or extinct or whatever, however you burn. And then you roll right into the shell, you think you're fracking rice there, god damn, it's a child's food, it better be on the minefield. This is the mine. And man, you are child's food for that mine. You'll hop right in and not know what you're doing. It's just standing on someone who has stood for an explosion and just eats a little bit of rice and doesn't know it. They could be an egg. If you could incubate it right, you'd get the bacterial genome right, and we never know how to do that for this worm, which could sometimes conceal it as an egg. It's scary. You would hope she didn't have it, or she concealed it as lots of your food she ate. And you were just feeding her rice. Oh my gosh, Seattle feels so hot. I have the package so cool. You don't want this package. It just doesn't have your home by stature or even statue. Like, however, it would just look painful to you. However you learned. The dwarf did it every time. She'd just buy a smaller one every time she'd cut it for like an igloo she'd build in her house. And her house was fucking huge. fracked out Russian. Did it weird. As tapeworm eventually. Never. New ones. And then some ancient. Maybe even fossils you could render it as a robot. You would be bad at doing it at first and not know why. But no, the tapeworm. You would see it so skinny and small, you'd represent too many like that, and then just represent one that did it for everyone and happened to be skinny and small mostly. But now it's doing it huge. Man, if you had a tapeworm that was doing it to you and you could like get a headache, you probably did it to someone. You like cracked them in and misidentified them and removed the septic system from their house and dumped wastewater, and you stepped on them and you shot them a couple of times in ways that weren't brain or the computer or even food. Oh, until they got out of your house. God damn it. But that wasn't the guy who sold me Coca-Cola ever. I don't even remember you ever selling me Coca-Cola. Like, it wasn't open and had something I never wanted to drink in it that was going to give me a headache and make me think the Coke did it to me until I opened it myself. And I would just explain, propane. My can didn't do it to me until I had your heat. I had to feel your fuel. If you had something that could really give me money here, I would know it by how much gold you were going to give me. Like, we were just asking people how much we're going to fill your tank and statues it like you weren't burning it. And we had to burn it like we were going to burn your tank harder. Man, fucking Russia, if you were the child's fuel. What is Nurgle? Alaska. We burn it all. We put it in the river where it belongs, where it's a natural thing that corals can do to each other. That's probably technically date rape when makeup do it. Like, no one should even kiss as it. But, like, wolves coralies it, and Sirenies it somehow. Dumping, yes. But also, like, someone who isn't even a human and just has, like, a rabid metagenome. They could react mostly as a tapeworm. And they weren't our tape where that was a tree and it was flying it big. And it was just doing it for a balsa, god damn it. Some of those things were things we could cut from Marrakesh that would cut our balsa and would just do it small enough, like you didn't know who flew it, someone cut the wood different and it was like cutting it different. Cut the Marrakesh different where it was the putt-putt boat. And you guys wanted to call it putt-putt boat because you couldn't breathe the Marrakesh. You couldn't get someone soldering everything where it wasn't electricity for him, except for what he burned and was battery, and he just did it with a battery. Or like a propane torch that did it so small for him, it burnt like battery repair for propane that just did it for its battery and could loosen it a little bit if your valve didn't have it, and that was like rubber. Or some rubber it never stood for that it would stand harder for like a different battery, and that was solder to him. But if you had Marrakesh, you just had his family. Man, you'd fold him anywhere. Like he was a balsa, he'd fold for some of it if he was gonna fold for anything. Like he wanted to give that one that was a children's airplane, he'd conceal. He'd at least conceal where the wood is, and he'd fold for the balsa like he was gonna cut for it. Like how the child did, try to take it. If it was going to happen, like in a couple of ways, in ways we wouldn't understand for a little while. But it was balsa to someone. Like if you were balsa and just couldn't make Marrakesh, you were valuable to everyone. Whoever made the balsa next, they're all drones. They're going to fly better when they don't have the cable. And we'll just pretend it's all war and children make all of it. Or we'll know. We'll prove it as coral. We'll be the coral that proves it. They are technically our ancestors and descendants. And they have technically been corporally as certain foods and airs and even people we breathe if they were gasoline and they were burning right there a little bit and just burning for their gasoline and we just breathe for it and cut for masts and cut for crabs out.